Now, I want to remind you guys that I am doing simple embellishments on this one, so that all of you that said, you know, I can do the mini albums, or I've done a couple mini albums, or I've followed people doing mini albums, but I don't know, I can't do the embellishments. These are simple, tried and true embellishments, okay? Just putting something that can hold, you know, one of the stickers, backing all the stickers on cardstock, and then using the stickers as little tuck spots. Little corner pockets. You just figure out how big you want it, but it can't be any bigger than the smallest measurement of your page. Make a square, cut it in half. So this is 5 inches. You make a 5-inch by 5-inch square, cut it in half. And that gives you 2 corner pockets to use. And then taking some nice lace. Having enough lace that you can put it throughout the book, 3, 4, 5 different sections, okay? Little trifold books, okay? Just putting places to put photos in and sticking it behind the sticker. Or if the stickers don't come with the pack, then you know, some ephemera, like just making little flags or tags or something, and just having cute things like this. Doing some fussy cutting out of some pieces and parts, you know, so you just have to kind of think of that. This was just a regular straightforward pocket, and these are just 2 of the stickers that are on the die, you know, on cardstock, backed up on cardstock. And you want to leave them open when you can, so that you can actually place photos underneath there. Just having blank pages is not a bad thing. This is, you know, just a simple little side pocket that's going to be able to slide a photo or some kind of tag in there. And then I've just embellished it a little bit. You always want to try and think about the colors that are on the span that you're looking at. You know, I had a little bit of pink here, none here, and some over here. So I wanted to draw that pink at least over to this side of the book. So that's what I did. And then here I've got a lot of pink all the way across. And then here I had no pink here, but this is a page that doesn't even go with this paper, but it works with this pink that you see from the previous page. It works with this pink, and it works with this pink. So again, you're drawing it across. I've used this little ribbon on the poles. Here's the black. Here's some black in this. So it just has a little bit of black that is kind of pulling from over here. So you always want to try and think of your balance of your colors. And you've got a floral. You've got, this is a small pattern, but it's basically the same pattern. So this is kind of thought of as not anything but just a solid sheet, just like the polka dots. It's the same pattern. I mean, yeah, this is a little different, so it doesn't quite go with that, but like polka dots, that's still thought of as a solid sheet. So, you know, you just want to think about symmetry that way too. You know, you don't want too much going on. And a nice solid sheet in here that's got nothing really going on is super to tone things down as well. So you just have to kind of think about that kind of stuff. And then using your lace as a pole for, especially since this piece of paper that I have was actually a little too small. So being able to put that in there and just being able to play with the lace on the outside is really super sweet. And then this is where we're at now. Now this piece, I didn't have enough to do an entire page. So that's okay. There's ways of working around it. Like this is the other half of that 5-inch square that I cut. And then I went from point to point and cut it on my cutter. So this right here is going to hide the fact that I don't have all of this page. Okay? Because I'm going to put the pocket right to the corner of the brown paper, to the page. And then this colored paper is going to still have a basic edge all the way around it. Okay? And then I've got a piece here. And then I have this is one of my stickers that I backed on the cardstock, and this is going to bring the pink over, okay? However, I do also have, which you want to add trims and things, and at the beginning of your process, usually you will go through and you will find different ribbons or trims that go with your process so that at the end when you're doing all of this, you can incorporate those in with what you're doing. So I am going to put, just like I did with the lace, I'm going to put this behind my little side pocket. And that's going to just add a little bit more of that pink color over here for when there wouldn't have been any pink on it at all. And if you don't like that, you could add the pink color over here. You know, it's that's one thing. It's decorating is a very individualized thing. You can go through and see this very same groupings of papers, collection of papers being used in a totally different way than I'm using it. Now this isn't part of the collection. This is a piece that I had from the other collection, from Vintage Girl, Photo Play Vintage Girl. But it works. It's not perfect, but it works. If I didn't add, I think I've ended up adding about 5 papers or 5 different things. If I didn't add those, I would have had too many pages in this book. I just went crazy with this book as far as adding all my flips and flaps and things and not thinking about, oh yeah, I've only got 12 pieces of paper. Duh. So anyway, let's go ahead and again, I have inked around all of my stuff, and because this has no gusset, I am not adding the flap, the yes, the edge, the 1-inch strip that then you oh my Lord, I'm not putting this thing on here. This is just going to be a flat to the paper pocket because it's going to add less bulk. Oh, and I see, I'm sorry, my little, there. I hope you didn't miss something because my, yes. Boy, I shouldn't probably be teaching you anything because I can't even talk. Can't find words. My tripod leg came off of the little table that it's on over on this side, so you guys went boop, and I didn't notice, so I do apologize for that. Okay, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. Trying to make it hurry. There's nothing can make this stuff hurry. Let me get a sip. There we go. Come on. I was at a garage sale the other day and I found one of these little things. I have the 1908 one of these that they redid in 1965 or something like that. This one was redone in 78. This is copywritten in 78, I think it was. But it's like a add-on. It's not like the whole catalog. It's like what they would send out as with other things in it. There's lots of jewelry, saddles, musical instruments, guns, stuff that they maybe didn't always have. Victrolas. There's face wash, and there's all kinds of pills and tables. There's just shoes. So it was really cool. I was really happy to. I'm always happy to find those kind of things. I gotta say, I'm missing doing some journals. I've been really focusing on getting some mini albums done here recently, and that is not wanting to come out. Let me get my big old needle in here. Oh yeah, that's got a little crust on it. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna squeeze a nice little dollop right along the edge. Okay. And the best way I've found to do this is lay it down. Make sure you're staying far enough away from this so that you can make from the edge of the ribbon, because you want to be able to cut it straight off across and come to a nice, so don't, just bring it up about a ½ an inch from the end of the ribbon so that you have room to oh, this got way too much around the front of it. Okay, and there we go. There we go. Just wipe the rest of it away. That's one thing about this Fabri-Tac is what oozes out will just rub away. Now, not if you get it, you know, if you get it on the ribbon, sometimes it won't. It all depends on the material that you're doing. When you're cutting the edges of your trim and ribbon, you want to make sure you've got a nice, very sharp scissor. There, I think. So now you can see what I was talking about having enough room to actually get this to go straight across. I don't know how many times I've not paid attention to that and actually had it, you know, come up this way and not make a nice finish across. Now sometimes, because of the size, see, I'm going to have to cut this off, but that's okay. Then I'll just come and take the tip off, and we'll see how that works. I don't want it to be, I'm going to take some more off, because I don't want it to be in my in the way of the pages at all. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And now we're going to glue this down. Let me get my Okay, it's not going to suck that through, but it is. There we go. There. I'll suck the rest of it. It won't keep blowing up. Alright. I don't know where I had that. I pulled it out. Okay, let me see. I'm going to get this back on here. But again, when you're just start out, don't look at some of these people that have been doing mini albums for years and years and go, oh, mine is not there, mine is not that pretty. Or they've got every die cut under the sun, they've got every flower embellishment, they've got every, you know, just embellish it with what you've got, what makes you feel good, and then go from there. And as you find things that you really like, add it to your collection. You know, like if you come across a flower that's super, super, super pretty, but my, I don't know, I have, let's see, I have, there I go, I have alcohol markers, I have paint, I have ink. I can alter just about anything. So I don't use a ton of flowers, and I have a lot of dyes, but if I want something quick with flowers, now this, I did not buy this per se. This was a, at a garage sale. And I picked it up, and I don't think there's one out of it, but there's all different size flowers out of it, and they're paper. I can make these any color I want. I've got enough stuff that I can make these any color I want and then use them on whatever books I'm working on. So if you don't have inks and sprays and alcohol markers and regular markers, and if you don't have a lot of that stuff, then by all means buy some flowers. These, however, I've owned these for quite some time. I've only used one because either they're the wrong shading, or I have been toying for this album, taking this one off, or it was this one, I don't remember, but the yellow totally won't go. So I'm going to have to take the yellow bits off of there and either put new ones on, color those and put them back on, or come up with something different to put in the center of the flower. Or it's the wrong size. You know, I bought these and I'd like to have the flower be about half this size. Well, you can take it, remove a petal and fold them in on each other. But, you know, I spent a lot of good money on these. So I just don't find it helpful to just buy flowers. And I bought these because I have the paper line that goes with them. Well, I've since used the paper. It's La Belle Harbor. I used the paper, but I didn't use these flowers. So, I don't know. If you are huge into using flowers and use flowers a lot, then maybe that would work for you. I, however, am not. Now I can't get everything back in its place. Oh well, we'll come back to that. So now I'm just going to glue this down. But I'm I'm all for buying things that you can make your own ephemera with. Like dies. People have the Cricut. I have a Cricut, and I keep swearing one of these days I'm going to really use it, and I don't. I keep buying dies, and I'm like, I don't know why I keep buying dies when I've got the Cricut. But I don't know. I guess I don't like computer work. And I don't like having to do a lot of computer work, and getting on the Cricut, it's the kind that you do work on the computer, and so I have a hard enough time getting my videos up. I can make videos. I can make a lot of videos, but I don't get them up very easily. I've got something making noise on it. I guess it's just if I push on the table, it's making noise. I hope you guys can't hear that. It's driving me nuts. I know it would drive you nuts. Okay. And then I'm just going to glue down here at the bottom so that there's enough and then if I want to tuck in a little something there that I can. Okay, but that makes an adorable page. It's very cute, simple, and if it's somebody that doesn't do mini albums, they're gonna love it. Now, I had thought about doing this as well, but with this setup, I like this much better. So, but this would be very cute on anything, for heaven's sakes. I like one of the things I just had picked up not too terribly long ago at Tuesday mornings. Hold on, let me get this glue on and I will show you. And this is what I'm talking about making your own ephemera and making your own ephemera and also helping, you know, using your scraps up and things like that. Let me get this down nicely. Okay. And it's this. So let me find a small piece of paper. A small piece of paper. And you're just going to stick this here. And look how cute. And look, I can just do a little mess of those if I wanted. Now, unfortunately, there's only the one size. But it's something that is cute. And you know, you can run through little bits of paper like this pretty quickly and make it into something that's really going to be very handy. And so you even have where you can just put a little side piece on here. You can do this and stick a small sticker on there from your stuff if you don't back it all and you just put a small sticker on there. Super cute thing. So, you know, just think about that kind of stuff when you're going to buy ephemera, saying, geez, you know, let me look at this and see what's in it, what's involved in this, and is it something that if I bought something else, could I make more and more and more of these? You know, could I like make my own? What would I need to get in order to make my own? And so, you know, it's kind of neat. Okay, and this is going to drive me nuts. I don't know why all of a sudden my desk is squeaking. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's nuts. Yuck. I don't like it. I'm such a baby when it comes to noises. Little creaks and crevices and doodads. Okay, and I did kind of figure out a few things on this page. Played around with using up some of the stickers. Some things that I probably wouldn't note necessarily, like the teapot and the little cup. And then this says savor the beauty of life. And you would savor a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. So I wanted to use that on there. And because there's also going to be pink over here, I was bringing pink over to this side of the page. Okay, do you see how that kind of works? And then here, I didn't know if I wanted to do both of these, but I don't think I do. But one is just a little too small just to have one sitting there. But then this one just, to me, gets lost. So I don't know on that. So I'm going to put both of these aside. And I don't think I like the little squatty on this per se. Not sure. So we're going to leave that aside for a moment. But I was thinking, I've got this, this is kind of a velveteen ribbon. And it's gathered, so it's the material itself is textured, and then the way it's gathered, it's not perfect, so that's textured as well. But I wasn't sure if I liked that. It's actually not bad when it's on top of this, but when it's over here, I don't think it looks very good. So, but this one's a little too thick. That's going to go underneath the paper anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I had also thought of, with this black and cream paper, that I could take my colored pencils, find some very similar color in my colored pencils, and just pick a flower or two and color it in. Yeah, you know, just a little glue on there. Just picking one of the flowers and just coloring that in, or a couple of different ones. I thought that might be pretty interesting. Okay. Alrighty, let's flip this around here. I still don't know where I got that from. Now this, I'm just creating paper, and I am going to line this up, put this where it belongs, and I'm going to make a little mark because I'm going to cut off the excess white that I don't need, because I'm really trying to keep this as thin as possible. Oops. All right. Now let me get Now there is definitely ways of really being fancy. Cutting things, you know, cutting your edges of your pockets with die cuts, and the edges of using punches and doing the edges of your... Oh, well, what the heck did I just do? I see my mark here, but I cut it over here for some reason. Alrighty then, let me cut that again. Huh. I don't know how I did that. Let me get my little cutter out for this. You just want to get it lined up as best you can. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Unfortunately, I inked it, so it's going to look a little funky, but that's okay. That's okay. That'll work. A little funny looking, but that will work. Okay. See, do I want to go ahead and ink this other side up as well? Or how about if I did this? I guess this needs to be cut down a little bit. Hold on, let me get a little edge off this. There we go. And then take this and put it here. That might be interesting. A little better, I think. Add a little more interest to it. And then I'm just gonna do the outside of this. Or maybe I'll do the whole thing. Yeah, what the heck. What the hey? What the hey? And you know, just doing this adds so much instead of having just plain old paper. It just puts a finishing touch onto everything. But you can add brads and eyelets and ribbons and, I mean, you know, lots more than I'm doing here. But then at the same time, because I have so many sheets in this one section, I'm keeping the embellishments very flat and very easy. So you can also do this, but a little too much color for me. This will be just fine, just like that. Okay. All right. There we go. And what am I going to do here? We're just going to For right now, for this, we're just going to glue it down, and then I'll see what I have left after I've done all my other things, and we can come back with some of the other stickers. Oops, don't let it dry, because I don't like where it's at. And you need to stick with the glue long enough to get to know how it works. I stuck with Scotch Quick Dry for a long time. This gives you a little bit more play, but yet it's still very fast drying. So stick with the glue that you like, as long as it's doing the job that you like. I imagine different places in the country are going to work better than others for different glues. I don't know, but like the Fabri-Tac, I want the best glue for the job. My husband's going to have to do something with this table because it's going to drive me nuts. Just evening this little booger out here on the bottom. There we go. It was not pretty. Not pretty at all. I think basically I should put this, well, this is my bigger piece. And this I'm not going to glue down, but the bottom half of this. And I think I'm not going to put it quite in the center. Now I can put it to the side here and then put the cup and the tea kettle, but that is going to put it, that's going to put it in the center here, and that's going to have to lay against this already fairly thick area. This is the beginning of my next page, okay? This is the card. These were all of the envelopes put together. That was one piece right there. That's all the envelopes put together. This is the next card, and then this goes into the envelopes again. So I'm thinking maybe if I do this and put this here, then I can, or I can put this up here and then have these two kind of centered, not really done in this area. Now that I like. And this way I'm going to glue just the top so that there will be room for a picture on that page, because everything is all about pictures with me. I will put function over fashion any day of the week. And again, I'm just gonna glue down here. I am all about getting pictures on. I want it to look cute, and want it to be where people are gonna go, ooh, that is so pretty, okay? But at the same time, I am not going to make a bunch of little places to put pictures. How many of those do you actually have? I don't. I have 4x6 pictures. And I don't want to sit and cut 4x6 pictures up. I want to slap a 4x6 picture on a page and move on. You know, especially with these smaller books. You're only going to get one on a page unless you cut them, and if you cut them, Well, I'm gonna be pretty much wanting to just cut it in half. I'm not gonna wanna, you know, dissect them into little teeny pieces and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Just me. Just me, maybe. Obviously, because there are a lot of people that put... See, now this I don't like. Look how nice and flat everything is. But because I put no gusset in between this big old fat honkin' thing and the next card, I've got it where it's going to stick up. Now eventually it will lay down, bending over that, okay? And then this will lay down nicely because there is the nice gusset. So you have to be cognizant of that. And I should have left off this last little section that I made, but like I said, eventually this will lay down. But that, I like mine nice and flat. I don't like when you gotta tilt it up so you can see this page and then tilt it this way so you can see this page, just because of all the embellishments you want to put on there. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Make them beautiful. If you want to use those many embellishments, leave yourself enough gusset where you're going to be able to do that. I don't know. I suppose I'm just being silly. Now maybe this would look good on the far side of this. And you can actually, let's see where I put my picture. I don't know. But you could actually leave it open except for at the ends where you can slide your picture underneath. Yeah, I might do that. It's not likely to stay super straight, so it will have to be kind of pulled a little bit. But I think that looks pretty nice, and this is just a plain page, so this would definitely be something that I would want to have some kind of, yeah, that looks good there, and then that is playing off of the colors as well. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so let's, because I'm going to only attach it on the ends, I'm going to again get my Fabri-Tac out. Let it get down there. Let it get down there. And I'm just going to start with one edge at the edge of the paper, and then I'll glue down the other end, uncut what I'm not going to use off. And while I'm waiting on that, I'm just going to glue the top of this to right about there. There we go. Okay, now this should be down where I'm just gonna put a little dollop of Fabri-Tac instead of a dollop of daisy. Okay, and I'm just gonna lay that right there. And I'm going to want to stretch it, so I'm going to make sure I have to be careful that that this has got acetone in it, and I keep ruining my fingernails when I get this stuff on it. The other glue doesn't mess it up, but the Fabri-Tac does. Okay, I think I can stretch this now. Alright, and I'm gonna put it on the paper this time where I'm gonna want this to adhere. Oops, that didn't. There we go, I got a good bit on there. And then stretch it. Make sure I'm working with a rather straight line. And then just hold it and let her dry. Let's see, where are we at here? 40 some minutes. Okay. That ought to be pretty good. Now I'm going to cut the rest of it off. Put the lid on, and then we're going to glue this down. Okay, bring this back over here. Okay, now because it is getting bent, make sure that you're really spending some time going around that corner, making sure that glue is getting on there really nicely. And that's also going to help the paper to make that curve. Okay. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to glue this one down. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And you got to remember, you start putting pictures on this and you're not going to see a whole lot of this paper. Now this is a 5x7, so the 4x6 is going to, you know, you'll have an inch down here below and you'll have a ½ inch on the sides. So that will leave you, you'll be able to journal on most of these pages. This would be a little too busy to try and journal on unless you really had like a very dark marker or something. But some of these pages you'll be able to journal on, and some of them you won't. You'll be able to journal on this. So let's see what else we have here. We've got this here. And then this is going to actually start that next bunch of the envelopes. The whole big scenario of envelopes. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I'm going to call this good. And then I'm going to come back with hopefully just one more video or I could spend a few minutes and show you what I'm going to do on the front cover. And then the last video, go through the end of that and you know, the rest of these pages. So let me close this up. Picked up little things. That's one thing, boy, with this lighter color. You got to really be careful. Really be careful. Okay. Alrighty, so let's find my... Now this sheet is the one that I was going to use for the front cover, and I believe I'm going to get the back cover out of it as well. But I don't actually remember now what my full plan was. Here, let's see. Yeah, see, that's less than 6. This is 5.5. So I could do the front and back cover and then come in on the back. I wasn't going to have anything come over the seams. I was going to leave those seams the way they were. However, I also have the option, let me find it. Let me find it. It's around here somewhere. Around here somewhere. Okay, here it is. I don't think I had. Yeah. There's one more sheet there. There is one more sheet there. Come on. Yeah, so it was this one, I think. So I was going to do that, and then I could have this coming over, or I could have this coming over. I think I like that one better. I don't think it really matters. The Paris ones I am not wanting to use in this book. So this one. Well, I guess this is the only one I really like. Is that going to be long enough? Yeah, so I can use this section here, and it'll be going this way, which I don't mind. And then that will give me this card, this card, this card, and this card, and that card to cut out and actually have. Now, I did pick up, which I thought was kind of cute. This is a Recollections. They're called Backyard Table, I guess is the name brand. It's a summer. They're on sale right now. But these are little cards that, postcards. See the backs of them? And I thought, how stinking cute are those? And I thought some of them might look cute with this paper. I think actually this is about the only one that I kind of like. But anyway, and I'm going to have leftover papers that I'll be able to make tags with. I've got the cream color paper, and then add different things. You know, I'll be able to make my own little banners because I now have my banner punch. But how easy is it to take a strip of paper and put fishtails and cut them the length you want? You know, I mean, it's really not that hard to do. And I love this piece here. I've already used it once. and I want to use that a couple more times as well. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's, and then I cut out, this is from the paper line, this is a more, and then the bicycle, so you can see where I cut it right from here, okay, on the other one. And I don't know, I was thinking that I'd kind of like, I'm going to back it maybe on some of, let's see, do I have a little strip just so I can see? If I back it on, or use a strip of this just so it'll stand alone off of this paper. I don't know. We'll play around with that. But then I was going to decorate this as well, so you're not actually going to see all of this color on there, because I'm going to wrap it with laces like it's got clothing on it. Yeah, so anyway, so that's my front. But this is a die cut that I have, and I have used this over and over and over again. It's a Tim Holtz, and it's called Sewing Room. It's got a button, which I've never used the button because the button's kind of not round. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But it's got the spool of thread, which I have used in the past. And then it's got this. And again, I've used this a lot. Okay, so anyway, so that's my plan. I've got some ribbon that I've pulled. I had taken this off of some ribbon a long time ago, or a while ago. Maybe it was this ribbon. I don't know. I don't remember now. But I thought, oh, I'll iron it. And then I thought, you know what? I really kind of like that it's different. It's not the same all the way down, but I thought, how cool is that? So that's going to go between this and this. It's going to go over the top to hide the transition. So that'll be really pretty. And then I've got just some different laces that I've pulled out. Let's see, got this, and where's that other piece? Keeps falling down. I've got this. So that I'm going to decorate this up with. All right. So that's what I'm going to be doing on the front cover. And I'm going to go ahead and cut those pieces. And so when I come back, I'll show you the front cover. And again, if there's anything earth-shattering that I'm doing, I will show it to you. But, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to, you know, measure around here. And then this is going to probably come over an inch. So I will measure this, the whole width of this, which is 2 3/4. Okay, so 2 3/4, and then an inch here makes 3 3/4, an inch here makes 4 3/4. Okay, and then it will be, let's see, this is 7 1/2, so it will be about 7 3/8. All right. Okay. So, bye guys for now, and we'll see you with the next video in a little while. Bye. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like these videos, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next one that I'm going to put out, or the next one, or the next one. Bye. Okay, I got my little dress form here, and I've got a few pieces. Let me get this paper out of the way. I've got a few pieces of lace and things. This is the lace I've been using in the book, so I'm going to try and use that. I've used this in the book. I don't remember if I've used this in the book yet or not, but I think I'll use it here and probably get it into the book somehow. This is just a little tidbit of lace. I never throw anything away. So I pulled that out. I've got this little bit. Now, this and this and this and this have not been used in the book, and these have. So we'll see. And I also have this little strip. I don't have any more of the dark colored ribbon, but I don't think I'd put it on this anyway. Okay, so I've got kind of an idea. I like this as the bottom of my skirt. And I kind of like that it's gonna have, maybe if I flip it around this way, yeah, that's the right way, that it's gonna have some sorry if you're hearing some noises. Yeah, see, this is gonna have some pleats looking, you know, a little bit more of a regular dress. So I like that. So let's start with that bottom. And I am just going to use my regular art glitter glue. Come on. See, I didn't put my, there we go. That's a big clot of glue come out of there. Alright, so come here. There we go, and just gonna force this around, and then I'm just gonna push this down. It doesn't have to all stay down because there's going to be things layered on top of this. But I did want to have like some pleats in it, so just kind of pinch some spots so that it has a little bit of movement in the skirt. It's not just flat. Okay. There we go. There's that first layer. And I don't know that I like that. Let's see. Have a couple layers of those. I don't know. This is going to work the same. Let's see what's the right side of this. See, I don't know what it is I'm going to do other than I know that I want to dress my little mannequin here. So you just keep trying things until you see if you're going to like it. So there's that. And then if I use this, couple layers of this, that'll work. And then I think I'm going to put this like that is the top of the outfit, and that'll be super cute. And then see, now maybe this blue won't go. Let's see, maybe the blue down a little lower. Okay, okay. I'm gonna put a layer of this down, take that off. Putting a little bit more of that down just so it, a little bit more there. This is about the most decorating I do, dress-wise. Okay, so let's get a little bit of this. Again, I'm not stretching it, I'm just going to lay it across. Oops, I got glue in the bottom, and there I go. Okay. Put that across there. Make sure it's nice and even. I want to make sure that this petticoat looking thing shows. Let me pull this up just a titch more. There we go. Now let's just hook this to the back. Give it a little bit of a flare so it's not laying on the bottom row. Okay. There we go. Like that, a little higher. There it is, I think. A little higher. There. Add a little more glue. Just keep piddling around with it until you get it where you like it. And this is just paper. If you can do these again, you don't like what you got, rip all the lace off and do it again. It's not that big a deal. Okay, now I think, let's see. This, see, when you look at both sides of the lace, if you can't tell by looking at the lace what's the front and the back, look at the stitching of the, if there's stitching on it. This side you can see is, well, I don't know if you can see it. This side, find it. This side, sorry, there's stitching here that's nice and looks like the correct side of the stitching. And then on this side, the stitching looks all gobbledygook. You can't see like each individual stitch. So this is the back side or the wrong side of the lace, and this with the nice clean stitching is the correct side of the lace. Okay, so the back side of the lace I'm going to glue down so that a little bit of this blue shows up, and I don't need that much. Don't need to waste, you know. So I'm just gonna flip this over and just right along here. Gonna put, you want right side of the blue to the wrong side of the cream. And I'm just looking for that to hang below. Just a little bit. This is when Fabri-Tac is so much nicer. because then you gotta wait and wait and wait and wait. So you glue on paper, the paper absorbs it and it's tacked down pretty quickly. This glue fabric to fabric just doesn't work very well. So, Fabri-Tac. So we'll try this again. Fabric to fabric is different than fabric to glue. And this is a polyester lace, so it's not porous or absorbent like a cotton lace would be. And this is a polyester lace. So that's probably another reason why we're having technical difficulties. Alrighty, try this again. Want just a little bit of it sticking out the bottom. Okay. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's just a little bit of blue sticking out the bottom. I'm happy with that. Alrighty. Now let me cut this off. And let's see what we get here. Perfect. So I'm just building up the skirt as I go. And this is basically gonna be right on top of, come on, tell you there's no hurry in this glue. I'm basically gonna be putting this right on top of this other one. So I'm gonna use the Fabri-Tac because it's gonna be lace on lace. And again, don't pull it so tight that it doesn't have its own little space around the side of your garment, you know, your doodad here, this thingy-mabob, whatever the heck this is called. Oh Lord. Okay, so there's that. And then I want to do another one of these. Let's see. Okay. Is there anything else I'd like to do here? Huh. Let's see, I've got this pink. Let me see. Yeah, that'd be a good pink. Let's add a little pink to the dress. Just need a little bit of it. This is a roll from aluminum foil, I think. And it's a nice place to put a lot of different, these are hem seam binding lace. So every time I get a color, some of these are two packages if they're the same color. But boy, do I use these just to add a little color and coolness to something. So it comes in handy. So I don't put this away anywhere. I leave this right on my desk. Right on my desk. Now I don't want this to start looking Eastery. So let me look and see what this is going to do here. Because as soon as I laid it on there, I thought, oh, yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to kind of look a little more shabby chic than Eastery. And then this, do I still like this hanging? Yeah, and then this will be my final layer, like it's my belt. Yes, okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's get my Fabri-Tac again. And I'm just going to put, just like I did last time, I'm going to put glue about midway down. And there is a right and a wrong way to this. Alrighty. Okay. Ah! Get this down. Oh. Alright, where'd she go? Here we go. Alright, let's see what we got here. Again, don't pull it too tight. Get it at a nice little angle. I've still got wet glue on there, so it's not too bad. Just get it right where you want it. Alright, I'll put a little bit more glue down. Alright, I think that's a lot. That's a lot of glue. It was gooing. It was gooing. There we go. Lift this side up a little bit. Squish. I'm trying to get some life in this skirt so it's not all flat. So squishing that around, getting me some ruffle in there. Good. Good, good, good. Just pushing some little ruffles in there. There we go. Get a little life in that skirt. Okay. Now let's cut off. Okay. All right, now it's time to do this. I guess I probably should have done it before now, but that's okay. I want it to be a little wider, so I'm going to tack it down so it will kind of hit, kind of pop away like a nice collar. Yeah, so let me put a little dot back here. Come on. There we go. Nice little dot of glue. And push that right down there. And then let's glue these two. I don't know why I keep setting this down on its, set it down on its side instead of setting it down on its bottom, and then you don't have to sit and wait while you're working on something. Very aggravating. Okay, so there's one side, other side. Okay. Pull it down just a little bit more wherever you want it. Okay. I think I'm going to cut some of these and put them in my Etsy shop. Hopefully by the time I put this video up, my Etsy shop will be back up and running. I have yet to get it going from when I was on vacation, which is just shameful because I've been back from vacation for a while. So now I'm going to finish off with one more that I'm gonna just put above the pink, and I'm gonna really work on ruffles. Really work on ruffles, kind of really ruffle it up, and then I'm going to put my quote-unquote belt on. Okay, alright, so we're gonna clean this off. Get it right across here, right across the top, and around the back. So I've got something to stick it on. Oops. And make sure you got the correct side. Here's the good side right here. Get it started. And now I'm gonna it's picking up a little bit of glue as I go, and I'm getting this all over my fingernail, which is going to take off a layer of fingernail polish. Let's try it this way. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty good. Gotta go this next week and get my nails done again, so yeah, the acetone in the Fabri-Tac does not like, or loves, I should say, nail polish. there it goes. Okay, all right, so there's that done. Give me a little bit of ruffle. A little bit of ruffle, cut the back off. And now let's see. Little topper. How cute is that, ladies and gentlemen? Cute. Cute. Okay. Yes, I like. I think I might take, and I think I got a little bit right here. I might take a little bit of this, ruffle it up, stick some glue underneath there, just to make each one of these kind of sit up a little bit so they're not flat as a flitter. Yeah, I think I might do that too. Okay, let's see, this one, no, let's use this. Fabri-Tac. Oh my goodness, it just moves so slowly. It's like those lava lamps, if you could see inside this bottle. I hope I've been keeping all of this in frame here. Okay, so we're gonna start back here, come on around, and I'm gonna follow my line, and then if that doesn't work, I'll try something else. Okay, right way, wrong way. Sometimes it's just too hard to tell, and I figure if it's just too hard to tell, it doesn't make that much of a difference. So I'm gonna start. And I'm really trying to get this so it looks like it's really around, you know, the waist, kind of making that waist up as we go. I'm not worried about any ruffle with this. There we go. There. There we go. That's perfect. You don't want to leave too much bulk back here because you want to be able to get this to lay down. And I've got way too much bulk back here, but yeah, that's gonna be okay. It's going to be just fine. Okay. Got all those little tidbits of lace. Yes, including that goes back into my little lace tidbits. That I don't keep. This little, well, yeah. It'll go into, if I do Mod Podgy stuff, I stick those in there, those little ones. I have a little basket that I put all my tidbits in. Okay, now just cutting little slices of this. I don't know how well you can see this or not. And let's see if we twist this up. And I'll dot some glue in there and push that up in there. And that'll be just enough, I think, to give it a little bit more body. So, what I need to do is make myself a little thing that I can hang this upside down with when I'm using it. Yeah. I'll get a toilet roll or a larger paper towel roll, something. Yeah. That's what I'll do. That way I don't have to wait like this all the time. Okay, now I don't want to put too much because I don't want to glue the skirt down and I don't want to glue the lace down. I'm looking for buoyancy, not... Let's see, I'll skip that row and go into this one, I think. Okay, and let's shove a piece of this up in there. And it's a nice light pink color, so if it shows up, it's just going to look a little more shabby than if it wasn't in there in the first place. I am going to do in between this one. Again, just little bits. And I think I'm going to shove both of these remainder pieces in there. Okay. There. Now, isn't that just adorable? I love it. Now, I'm probably going to get, I've got some tiny little rhinestones. I'm probably going to get those and decorate this, oops, just a little bit more. But you'll see that on the reveal of the cover along with the rest of the finished book. Okay? So I just wanted to add that to this little section of the book that I did. And so next time you'll have the last section of the book, and then I'll do, well actually I'm probably going to put the walkthrough at the front end of things. So you'll have all of that, all of those goodies. Alright guys, thanks for joining me to make